We welcome you to the fabulous forum in Inglewood, California, Greater Los Angeles, for tonight's historic meeting between Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell, Part 3. We welcome you to this free view and hope you enjoy tonight's fights exclusively on pay-per-view, presented by Golden Boy Promotions. Welcome me inside the forum now. My name is Todd Grisham, alongside two former world champions, former UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir, Rashad Evans, former UFC light heavyweight champion. A few hours away now from Chuck versus Tito. When they first told you about this fight, told you they were going to be calling this fight, what was your reaction?
I was like, no way. I can't believe it. Because you know what? These guys are at an age and they're competing at the highest level. But both of these guys bring out the dog in each other. And that's what we're going to see tonight.
Absolutely agree. Also, too, it's a phenomenal opportunity to see two athletes if they take care of themselves. You can see when they got on the scale, these guys are healthy, they're in shape, you're still able to compete even later on in your life. Going out there and watching them right now, it's an inspiration for myself and I think all the other fighters at home.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell's physique may have been better than the last time we saw him in the UFC.
Ever.
Yes, ever.
All right, that fight obviously a few hours away, but right now, a free fight for you, and we send it into the cage right now, and our ring announcer, it's Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to the fabulous forum here in Inglewood, California. And we are set to go with the free portion of our card tonight from the fabulous forum. Inglewood, CA Golden Boy Promotions proudly presents to you Wars and Liddell Ortiz. All bouts tonight brought to you by Fred Loya Insurance. Put Fred Loya in your corner. Also, Fight TV, your #1 source for live combat sports around the world, and Casa Mexico Tequila. It's in the taste. Our first bout tonight, 3 rounds. This in the bantamweight division, and making its way to the cage first, fighting out of the blue corner. From Bell Gardens, here is Jose Huerta.
So the forum tonight should hold around 7,000 to 8,000 fans. People starting to file in right now. The pay-per-view begins an hour from now. A total of 6 fights for you. And of course the headliner, Tito versus Chuck, Part 3. Rashad, how's it feel to be here in the fabulous forum?
Oh, man, it feels amazing. I mean, this is the environment already. You can already tell, you know, this event is an event that's coming to prove something, you know, and you can feel it in the energy.
And next to make his cage walk, fighting out of the red corner from Fillmore, Francisco Estrada.
There is Francisco Estrada, 5-0 as an amateur, making his professional debut tonight. That's got to be a pretty cool call. Hey, do you want to fight on the Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell card?
I mean, it's a big opportunity. When you have an opportunity like this, you make the most of it. And look at him coming out with guns blazing.
4 of his 5 amateur wins coming by finish. Made his MMA debut in March 2010. Got a little buzz surrounding him. Very, very confident is Francisco Estrada. An interesting note about the forum, Oscar De La Hoya, who is the promoter and producer of tonight's event and broadcast, made his professional debut right here in the forum, won by first-round knockout back in November of 1992. He was just 19 years old.
Wow, that is an interesting fact.
I've got plenty of them all night. Don't worry, Rashad.
I'm a student, so I'm sitting here to learn. Look at Estrada. He hasn't taken his eyes off the cage yet. You know, when he's got his opponent in his sights, he hasn't taken his eyes off him yet. That's focus right there.
Obviously, these guys have been fighting very small gymnasiums as an amateur, and now you come into something like this, the bright lights, the big hexagon. What's that feeling like?
You know, honestly speaking, the lights and the loudness you kind of expect, but honestly, it's the weirdest things that throws you off, like the temperature of the arena. You feel how cold it is. You feel, you know, you feel that it's different, you know, and that's the biggest thing you feel. You feel how big this is versus how big you're used to. And just when you get in there, you try to make it feel as normal as possible, and you try to touch and try to do the same routine as you always do. Routine stops you from thinking. Once you stop thinking, you're there to react.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are set to go our first bout tonight, again on our free view portion of tonight's pay-per-view card. 3 rounds this in the bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in officially 138 pounds in 4 professional bouts. His record even with 2 victories and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Bell Gardens, California, here is Jose Huerta! And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, weighing in officially 134 3/4 pounds tonight. He makes his professional debut, fighting out of and representing Fillmore, California. Here is Francisco Estrada! And your referee in charge of the action is Frank Trigg.
We're good. We're good now. We're clear. Gene, good?
So cool to have Frank Trigg, former fighter, in the cage tonight as a referee.
It's amazing. You know, this is, you're going to see the level of reffing changes once more fighters get into reffing.
Good. Thank you. Ready? Ready? Fight!
So here we go, scheduled for 3 rounds. Francisco Estrada wearing the black and red trunks. Jose Huerta in the black and gold. Todd Grisham, Frank Mir, Rashad Evans with you here all night long as we build up to Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell 3. And these guys are coming out banging, Frank.
Yeah, they're getting that right after. But you see this nice cage pressure here.
Finish out of the cage. Keep out of the cage.
Wow, what a scramble on the cage there. Really, really nice movement there by Estrada. And Huerta, that reverse on the leg with that single leg takedown. Good job by Estrada just to keep with that pressure on the cage and, you know, got Huerta down. Yeah, in this position right here, you can look for Estrada just to try to land some nice ground and pound. What he needs to do is he needs to have his head go a little bit above, just slightly. He's in good position. Now he can start raining down some good punishment.
He's in phenomenal position. In fact, being on the bottom in the guard as a jiu-jitsu expert black belt, this is awful. I've tried to explain to guys more time often than not that in this spot, it's not about jiu-jitsu. You get your head stuck against the cage, your guard drops down drastically. This is completely the top guy's realm where you can control hip pressure, and like Rashad's pointing out, being high on the head allows the opponent on the bottom not to be able to escape, because really escaping is your only objective from here. Minimizing some damage, but to hit submissions from this point right here are almost nil.
Yeah, and especially, you know, Huerta really needs to get his neck off of the cage, because as long as his neck is resting on the cage, he's not going to have leverage anywhere else to improve his position.
No, right now he needs to open up the guard, abandon guard completely, put his back against the cage, and then he can start working maybe to his feet, working off to the side. But right now his submissions are completely being shut down because there's no hip movement. You see how the head's trapped, and then the fact now you add in a little bit of a can opener makes it even worse. But really, you're just getting beat up from here. You can't take a deep breath. Really an awful position for the bottom guy. Evans is right. You need to open up your guard right there, get your back against the cage instead of your neck, and you can maybe begin to fight.
Finally, Jose Huerta back on his feet, but a great start to the professional career of Francisco Estrada. This is his first pro fight.
Talk about coming out. This is a heavy one to start off with. I mean, big show like this, a lot of people. You're really going to see right off the bat if this is what it's meant for you.
Absolutely, and he came out guns blazing, and like not feeling out anything, no feel up, no nothing, just went Right in there, and pressure, and haven't let up since.
There's the part I don't like that he's doing, throwing the hooks in a little bit high.
Going for the choke. Estrada looking for win number 1 if he can get it sunk in.
Yeah, and Huerta right now is doing a good job of keeping his opponent's weight onto the cage. Someone takes your back. If you can get up tall, put him against the cage, and right now looking for them maybe not to have a good wrist control, and you can dip forward and let them slide right off of you.
Nice takedown there. Estrada gonna maybe try some pounding here. And that big knee, was that legal or not? The referee Rick says no.
Completely illegal.
Legal knee, he got a little excited there.
You can't have a knee on the mat, and that's why it's gonna get called as an illegal shot. What a shame, because if he can't continue off of the foul, his victory is gonna get taken from him.
Yeah, he was just fighting in the moment, not really being cognizant of where Huerta was.
Well, you could say he has no in-cage experience because it's true. This is his first pro fight.
Look at me, look at me. You could tell when guys are dirty fighters, and when a guy you make a foul through just, as Rashad's saying, excitement. In the heat of the moment, you're firing blows. It's hard sometimes.
Come with me, come with me. Come in here, come in here.
We're going to take another look at it here.
Yeah, there's a nice mat return.
One point,
mat,
knee it down opponent.
Right off the bat with great ground and pound.
Knee it down opponent.
Not waiting for him to settle down and try to bounce out of this takedown. There, wrist control, great mat return. Here he's firing off some ground and pound from side, and then as his opponent's getting up, had he waited until that other knee got up, he'd have been okay. The fact that that left knee is down on the mat, you're a down opponent, and attacks with your legs to the head are illegal.
You sure? Look at me. Look at me. You're good.
Yeah, Huerta want to make sure everything's all not scrambling when he starts to resume action here.
Nice job by Frank Trigg to immediately realize what happened and take notice of it. So both men return to the standing position. Got about a minute to go here in round 1, scheduled for 3. Francisco Estrada in the red and black. Jose Huerta, who's been on his back the majority of this round, is in the black and gold.
It looks like Huerta's still trying to get comfortable. You know, he's still trying to know when it's time to go. He's still reacting a lot off of what Estrada's doing. And when you're reacting off what somebody's doing, you're not taking control of the dance.
Nice left hand there by Estrada.
Now, there's so many variables in MMA. What Rashad's talking about is completely true. You have to take the initiative. You hear some people say imposing your will. But if I start the fight, start the technique, I know what direction it's going to go or what directions it could go. But when you're just standing in front of somebody and you're waiting for them to fire off, there's too many variables, and usually you're not behind.
You could tell Huerta much more comfortable in the striking stance than on the ground.
Yeah, it looks like Huerta's main objective here is be the last one swinging. And a lot of times that can work, because if you're the last one swinging, most of the time you can catch a guy when he's thinking that he's away.
Flying knee attempt there by Estrada. 10 seconds to go here on our opening fight of the night from the Forum.
Nice little head move there for Estrada. I like how he's shaking a little bit outside of Huerta, not standing right in front of him with his head. Good movement.
Yeah, really strong round for Estrada, but you know what? Huerta showed a little bit wherewithal in the later half of that round, showing that he can stay inside the pocket. I think he's going to have to stay inside the pocket a little bit more and exploit some of those openings when Estrada comes in.
Yeah, and avoided getting taken down to the cage. Obviously, you see right there his offense off of the back, which is not there. So if I'm in his corner, we're telling him how to avoid being in those spots.
Absolutely.
Hey, obviously tonight everyone's talking about Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz, but what other fight on the card tonight has piqued your interest, Frank?
Well, personally, Darren Wynn. I mean, this guy 4-0. Nobody's even made it out of the first round with this guy, and he has one of the strongest collegiate wrestling backgrounds of anybody on this card. So watching him experience Tom Lawler, I'm very interested in seeing. And here you can see hands connected. Man, when you blast a double against the cage, connect your hands, your opponent's going down.
And he had bad intentions on the release, too, because he tried to slam him through the mat.
They did a good job of squaring off on the cage. You see Estrada immediately moving to his left. And really there, it's more of a game of what Huerta wasn't doing well, which was open the guard. You got to push on the head, create frames, get out of there. It's an awful spot to be stuck in the cage on your back.
Yeah, Huerta's going to have to stop riding the edge of the cage. As long as you're riding the edge of the cage, then you know you're asking for something to happen on the negative side for you.
By the way, the hexagon. Is
Wow, what an uppercut.
And Estrada is down, and now he's scrambling. He's back on his feet as Huerta throws a flurry of punches.
Oh, blocked again with the right hand. Now this is where you can change it all around. Yeah, take down a great leg wrap.
Nice job by Estrada to change the momentum of what was happening.
100% right now. This is just a weak link in Huerta's game.
And he's got it.
Yeah.
Going for a rear naked choke.
He's under the chin. If he can get enough pressure on the back of the head, he could get the finish. But right now, the hand of Huerta is doing enough just to trap it. So he can't completely lock it up 100%.
He may have it in now. Is Estrada just moments away from his first professional victory?
Switching off to palm.
Huerta can still fight the hands here. He's still in there to fight his hands.
Job of fighting the hand.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that just burns out your arms. Don't you hate it when you're close to a choke, fighting for it, biceps filling up with blood?
He might still be rocked. He has to still be rocked.
It looked, I mean, he took 2 good shots. That uppercut, obviously, everybody at home can see he got dropped on. But even in the flurry against the cage, before he can secure the takedown, he caught another short hooking shot that also rocked him.
Either way, it was a great way to change defense into offense. Estrada looked like he may be going out, and now he may be tapping Jose Huerta out momentarily.
Yeah, Huerta's going to have to start moving his hips a little bit. I know his hips are locked up, but...
Stretching him out.
It was. You see how that was great. BJ Penn was the first guy to see him really doing a good job of that. Rolling your wrist down, trapping and making it to where now it's 2 arms versus 1. Somehow he got his arm out of there again, just in the nick of time to pull that hand off the top of his head.
And you see Estrada pulling out all the tricks, even covering up his mouth to get the reaction so he can get his forearm underneath the neck.
Oh man, that's such an awful. I mean, even in the gym training, having someone covering your face just skyrockets your heart rate.
And if you look at the way Estrada just arching his back, that takes a lot out of you too.
Yes, it does. Here's one of those situations where if he doesn't get this submission, he might be more taxed for going.
There's the tap out, it's over.
Than even from being rocked.
Huerta held on as long as he could, but in the end, it's Francisco Estrada who gets a huge win here in the 4th.
That's an awesome showing for him because it wasn't just one-sided. There was a fight back there coming from Huerta. Estrada had to show his resilience to come back from that being damaged. I think it's when you're a trainer who came out with a W, you faced adversity, that's a win-win in every direction.
Absolutely. When he got caught by the uppercut, you know, the fight could have went either way at that point, and he dug deep and he found out what he needed to do and got it done.
Let's show you how this thing turned around. We start with what Jose Huerta was doing at the start of round 2, and that was landing some very strong punches.
Well, you see right here, it's the uppercut that comes through for Huerta that drops Estrada. And as you see here, Estrada falling to the ground. He gets caught with a beautiful timed uppercut. And Huerta was just sitting down in the pocket, and he was able to find the uppercut. And then at this point, he looks to cover, but then you see Estrada still with the wherewithal to know where he needs to go, understand the fact that he's on the cage, and then there he knows, you know what, I'm rocked, I'm dizzy, I'm not trying to stand up and shoot, I'm not trying to stand up and punch, so then he goes for the shot. And just really nice the way he laced the legs and gets him down, and then here he just works him, just works it here at the finish.
That was stayed resilient on it because he was dealing with, Huerta did not want to tap. He fought off that rear naked choke better than most people. Did a phenomenal job and made Estrada really have to earn coming back up and getting that choke.
We just saw 3.
Absolutely. Now, what's really gonna bake your noodle is would he would have got that position if he didn't make him upset with that uppercut?
Yeah, you're right. Did that convince him to go ahead and take the shot?
All right, let's go into Joe Martinez and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 47 seconds, round number 2. Submission by rear naked choke for your winner in his professional debut from Fillmore, California, Francisco Estrada.
805 in the house. Woo! That's right. We're right here, baby. We're right here. West Coast.
Well, like you said, Frank, it's better than going in there and blowing a guy out. You go in there, you face adversity, you come back from seemingly a lot of danger, and you win this fight. That's going to do a lot for his confidence.
Absolutely. You know, it doesn't look like he's lacking from any confidence, but you know, it's definitely good to get a fight on a card of this magnitude and come out there and perform, even when you're facing some adversity, and have a beautiful win like this with a nice finish. You can see here, Estrada just sinking in that rear naked choke, and you know, it was really a battle to even get to this position, but he showed that he's a student of BJJ, and he did all the steps properly to get the submission. Nice submission right there.
There's the tap. Estrada, who finished 4 of his 5 wins as an amateur, gets a finish in his first fight as a pro as well. He's now 1-0. Let's go inside the cage now. Frank Mir with the winner.
All right, guys, here with the winner, Francisco Estrada. What a phenomenal debut. You came out there strong, showcased phenomenal skills, but had to face a little adversity right there. Got caught with a shot. How bad were you hurt?
Not really hurt that bad. It was a good little wake up. All it did was turn me on. You know, I love this stuff. I had a lot of fun out here tonight. You know, thank all of you that came out here to support me, show some support. Oxnard Fillmore 805, what's up, baby? Let's go, let's go. Sir Powers is back, baby.
Your opponent did a great job of fighting off that choke there for a little while. How good were you at, and what was the plan on trapping that arm?
Just being patient. You gotta be patient sometimes. You know, I knew I had a lot of more experience coming in. It was my debut, like it was said. I figured he would be able to fight it out for a while, so I just had to be patient, wait my time, wait for the right moment to squeeze that in there.
A phenomenal debut. Your winner, Francisco Estrada.
Woo! That's right, baby, 805 in the building, what's up?
There he is, Francisco Estrada, as happy as you'd imagine after winning your professional debut in the Forum on a big card like this. We are live in Greater Los Angeles, California, just about 40 minutes away from the start of our pay-per-view. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more live in-cage action thanks to Golden Boy.